Good afternoon mga Atmas. Nandito na naman tayo sa ating Madana Mohana Campus Radio program, Daily Mantra. So this afternoon, let's have kirtan first. No? Wait lang, stop. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol, namaste. So, maraming salamat sa mga nakasubaybay at nakikinig sa ating programa ngayong hapon, ang Daily Mantra. Bali ngayon, pag-usapan natin tong trending na bagong ilalabas na pelikula ni Direk Darrell. It's titled Tililing. No? Naging controversial siya lately, no? Because of a certain comment from a celebrity, no? Na hindi parang hindi maganda yung dating ng posters na iba yung dating. So it's like iba yung dating sa kanya. So this person commented the negativity of the poster. And then ngayon nag-release na tong what's this? Trailer nung magiging palabas. No? Na yung trailer ni-release na nung pelikula ni Direk Darrell. Yap. Ito ngayon Tililing. So everyone was now praising, no, sa trailer pa lang pinipraise na nila yung trailer nung movie, and no one has seen it yet. No? Pero ang gusto kong sabihin dito, no? Dahil people tend to follow someone like yung merong sikat, no? Itong may mga tao na pag nag-comment, then people will just follow, and then they don't even know yet what's happening, what it is about. Certain situations, hindi pa nila alam kung ano talaga yung pangyayari. Tapos maraming sumasakay, no? Maraming sumasakay, no? Na kaysa ganito, kaysa ganyan. So ang nangyari, well, publicity pa rin, no? Para doon sa magiging pelikula. Pero ang gusto kong i-point out dito is how people, no, are swayed. Makarinig lang sila ng, how powerful the words are. May marinig lang sila, and then they just go on with it. Kahit na hindi pa talaga nila lubusang naintindihan yung sitwasyon, no? So that's the people in general. Yun yung pwedeng sabing ugali, kultura, no, sa mga Pilipino. Kultura ba yun? Masasabi ba natin na kultura, or just leave a comment kung ano yung ito mang phenomena na to, na kung saan meron sila narinig, nabasa, then they comment, they give their own opinion without even knowing kung tama ba, no, yung narinig nila or nabasa, no? Some even live, no, some people live on such things like meron silang narinig, meron silang, meron nakapagsabi sa kanila, and then they accept it as it is, no? Tinatanggap nila na as it is, and then they live a life according to what they have heard, and then without verifying, no? Walang verification man lang kung totoo ba to, tama ba to. And then syempre sometimes pag hindi tama, alanganin ang situation, no? Awkward, or maput ka sa situation na ano yung tinatawag natin na kapahamakan, diba? Mga atmas. And why am I talking about this? Ano ba yung connection nito? Anong connection nito sa buhay natin? Bakit natin pinag-usapan yung ganun? Well, unang-una, ang sound, no, is very powerful, no? Yung mga naririnig natin o kahit yung nababasa natin, no, the message that we give into the world is meron siyang certain effect. It has a certain effect on us. So we do something, there is a reaction to that activity. Whatever we do, there's always a reaction, like cause and effect, no? If there's an action, there is always a reaction. So if you do something, something will also happen, in return. Something will happen in return. So ang buhay po ay the activities that we do, no, yung mga activities po na ginagawa natin, mga akma, actually ay dapat nating babantayan, no? Kasi yung mga activities na to can either help us, no, or destroy us. We are actually accountable, no? Accountable tayo dun sa mga ginagawa natin. Whether we know about it, alam man natin yung ginawa natin kung ano ang magiging effect nito, o kaya hindi natin alam kung ano magiging effect nito, accountable pa rin tayo sa mga activities na ginagawa natin, mga atmas. Di ba? Kapag, halimbawa, ilagay natin sa sitwasyon, merong apoy, hindi mo alam na nakakapaso yung apoy. Pag nilagay mo yung kamay mo doon, sigurado mapapaso ka, di ba? Hindi mo pwedeng sisihin yung katabi mo na hindi ka sinabihan, oy, mapapaso ka pag nilagay mo yung kamay mo sa apoy. Or hindi mo pwedeng sisihin yung apoy. Di ba? Kasi yun yung nature niya, eh. It burns. Fire will always burn. You cannot even blame your parents. Hindi mo pwedeng sisihin yung parents mo kung bakit ka mapapaso, no? It's your activity, no? People, they have this, yung diniscuss natin, mga atmas, nung nakaraan, na kung saan that's why we are suffering in this world, because somebody, no, someone na very great grandparents natin, no, in the distant time, na meron silang ginawang kalokohan. So sila yung dapat sisihin at tayo yung nagdudusa. That's how we understand, no, based on the Christian concept of how we acquired sin, paano tayong naging makasalanan. So sinasabi na somebody or someone or some couple, no, may dalawang magsing irog or partners, no, they did something, meron silang ginawa, at yung activity na to, ang naging effect nito sa atin ay we are now tagged. Natag na tayo as sinners, no? Dahil dun sa ginawa nilang kasalanan. Damay-damay lahat. Yun yung gustong sabihin ng mga tao. But in reality, ang ginawa mo
ikaw ang mag-reap, no? Kung baga sa ano, ikaw ang kung pakinabang, ikaw ang makikinabang. Kung pagdurusa, ikaw ang magdudusa. Yun po yung katotohanan. It is, um, it puts the human body, no, sa sitwasyon na kung saan accountable siya sa ginagawa niya. Unlike kung nasa katawan ka ng aso, no, na lesser ang intelligence, they actually have no idea kung ano yung buhay na ginagalawan nila. Sinusunod lang nila. We are covered by different modes, no, ng material nature. So we have the mode of goodness, we have the mode of passion, and then we have the mode of ignorance. Kapag sinabi nating ignorance, this is darkness. We don't have we don't understand anything about ourselves, no. These people are always asleep or numb, no. Yun yung ano, darkness, we don't see light. Ang mode of passion naman, ito naman yung mode kung saan more on passion, no, into getting things, doing things. Passionate tong mga ganitong itong mode na to, no. And then the mode of goodness, ito naman yung calm, no, relaxing na environment, no, or peaceful, no. The people are actually covered, nababalutan siya, no, the living entity, nababalutan siya ng tatlong modes na to, yung goodness, passion, and ignorance. So nandito yung present yung tatlong modes na to sa isang individual na bumabalot. So iba-iba lang yung timplada, no? Iba-iba yung combination. Some mas marami sa kanila yung mode of ignorance. Meron naman na mas marami sa kanila yung mode of passion. And then lamang na lamang yung mode of goodness, no. So lahat ng to meron tayo, no, nababalutan tayo nito. This actually, itong modes na to ang tawag dyan, siya yung responsible how we should act, how our bodies should act, how our mind should act, no. Siya yung ano, kumbaga sa ano, binabalutan niya tayo. Halimbawa, mode of goodness, mode of ignorance na person, so lagi lang siyang tulog, no? Because the body is in mode of ignorance, its tendency is lagi lang siyang inaantok, no? Na-cover siya nito. So the tawag doon, yung mga animal, yung mga living entities na nasa animal actually are more covered in the mode of ignorance. So their intelligence, yung intelligence nila is covered, and that's why they are not aware kung ano yung ginagawa nila. Pero at the same time, they are also not accountable, no? The difference with the human person is you are accountable kasi meron kang fifth na na activity aside from eating, no, sleeping, reproducing, and fighting or defending your territory. Merong fifth activity ang human person. Yun po yung acquiring yung knowledge about ourselves, our existence, no? Yung human person, meron po siyang kakayahan na magtanong kung bakit, no? Mga atmas, magtatanong na kung bakit tayo nandito, bakit ba tayo nakakaranas ng pasakit, ng pighati, kalungkutan, kaligayahan, lahat ng mga ito. Bakit may suffering sa mundo? These questions are only used or these activities are done, ginagawa po itong mga activities na to ng person na nasa human body. No? Siya lang po yung may ganoong facility. So, whatever actions the person does, he or she is accountable to it. No? She is accountable to that activity and will reap a certain effect dun sa action na yon. No? Will reap a certain effect dun sa activity na yon. So what I am trying to point out here, ang gusto ko pong sabihin dito, that we should be we should be responsible in our activities because we are accountable. Accountable po tayo dun sa ginagawa natin. When we do something, people, especially kung medyo malakas ang charisma mo, ang tendency ng mga tao sumunod, no? Ang tendency ng mga tao sumunod. And kung negative ang magiging effect nito, then lahat ng mga sumunod ay magiging negative din. So kung positive din, maganda kasi positive din. No? But yun yung problem dahil hindi natin alam, no, kung positive ba or negative yung ginagawa natin. I mean, makakatulong ba ito sa atin as a person, no? As an individual that is living a life in connection with our identity, no? So dapat natin maintindihan mga atmas na our lives, ang buhay po natin ay dapat connected sa katotohanan ng ating pagkatao, our identity, no, yung real identity natin na tayo ay spiritual being. Hindi po tayo yung katawan at isipan. So, dapat naka-align sa kaalaman na to yung activities natin. Kasi pwedeng sabihin na positive naman tong ginagawa ko. This is good, no? Ang ginagawa ko. Pero sa anong basihan, no? Ano yung basihan mo ng goodness? No? Well, it's good dahil magiging masaya yung katawan ko, magiging masaya yung katawan ng mga kasama ko, no? But the person, the spiritual being na nasa loob, wala pa rin siyang nararanasan na happiness. So, yun ba yung good na alam natin or naintindihan talaga natin yung ating katauhan na spiritual being tayo. Therefore, we should engage in activities na spiritual din, no? Kasi ito yung pagkain ng spiritual being, no? Ng spirit soul, ng self, ng person. Spiritual activities is the food of the spirit soul. So since you are a spirit soul, you should engage in spiritual activity. Yung material activities, of course, ang focus nun is maging masaya yung katawan kasi material, no? Yun yung difference. Yun yung dapat na basihan natin sa positive na activities or activities that will help the person. We should have the proper understanding that hindi ako yung katawan na to. So, kahit mamigay pa ako ng 1,000,000 sa lahat ng tao dito sa mundo, no? That is not spiritual, no? Magiging mabago lang yung pangalan ko or mapupunta lang ako sa mas magandang kondisyon, no? Kasi nagtanim ako ng maganda ng kabutihan, mag-aani lang din ako ng magandang ani sa future. But still, nandito pa rin tayo sa mundo ng kamatayan. In the end, we will still experience suffering and death. Wala pong makakalis doon. But the problem, no, kung hindi spiritual yung activity, there is no reason para makapunta ka sa spiritual world, yung real home natin. Wala pong dahilan na makakarating ka doon. Dahil material, ang tendency is mapunta ka lang din sa material na kalagayan. yung kamatayan ng katawan is not the end of the person. It's a beginning of a new journey. If you engage in spiritual activities, if you develop your love for God, if you are pleasing to God, then you will be going back to God. But if you engage in activities that are materialistic, if you engage in activities that does not concern your relationship with God, obviously, you will go back to this world to enjoy. Kung ano man tinanim natin, enjoy mo yung bunga noon. No? So, yun ang difference. So, people, these so-called influencers, no, may mga yung mga, kasi ngayon trending yung mga tao na they talk and they try to influence people. So these so-called influencers, if they have no connection with God, then the people that are following them, they are being misled to a life na hindi talaga makakapagbigay ng real happiness. They are misled into a life na wala talagang satisfaction. I don't know, I have not seen the what's this? Trailer, and di ko rin alam kung ano talaga yung ano doon, pero ang alam ko lang na yung movie, ang purpose nun is to inspire people, to teach something. Hopefully, no, that it has some meaning to it. No? Kasi kung wala, and if it's not connected with the person, na if hindi niya matuturuan yung person ng real identity niya, ibig sabihin, ibabaon lang din siya dito sa material na existence until such time na matuto yung person, ay, hindi pala ako taga dito. I have to go back to the spiritual world. I have to go back to God. No? Because we all belong to God. Ang problema lang is, naging at home na tayo rito. Pero syempre, may kaakibat yung at homeness na yon, no? Meron siyang kaakibat na pasakit. Because we are away from the source of happiness. So, ang tendency, kalungkutan. Kasi walang source ng happiness. Kung walang happiness, malungkot, di ba? Once we are at home in this planet, in the material world, we are automatically away from the source of happiness. We are away from the spiritual world. Yun yung difference. If this is the spiritual world, this is the material world. If you more attracted to the material world, automatic, no? Kung attracted ka dito sa material world, automatic, malayo ka sa spiritual world. If you are attracted to the spiritual world, then you are not attracted to the material world. Pwedeng nandito ka sa material world, but your attraction is to the spiritual, to your identity, to God, then ano lang yun, external lang, hindi dapat sa pananaw ng iba, parang material activity lang din, no? But for you, it's different. Like for example, when we sing and chant the names of God, to the common ear, it's just actually parang hindi rin nila maintindihan, so iniisip lang nila, ano lang yan, gibberish, no? They're just talking nonsense. They're just singing nonsense. Pero sa mga nakakaintindi, they know that, mga pangalan ng Diyos, it purifies the heart of the person. It purifies the person. Merong difference. The activity may be parang material lang, but it has a different effect. No? Kasi spiritual activity yung ginagawa. So, ang conclusion is we should check kung yung mga tao, itong mga so-called influencers na to, are really giving us the proper knowledge na kung saan ay tunay na mapapalapit tayo sa Diyos. We should be mindful. No? Ito bang mga so-called idols or mga lodi natin dyan, makakatulong ba to sa atin na makamit talaga natin yung happiness na inaasam-asam natin? Or lalo lang tayong ibabaon sa kalungkutan? So, that's one point, no? The other point is, as influencers, we should also think kung makakatulong ba sa tao itong pinagsasabi ko, or kaya lang ako nandito para sumikat yung vlog ko or sumikat yung pangalan ko, and then I can have many followers, mga likes and ganon, no? Because itong sa part naman ng influencers na to, if you destroy someone's life, then ultimately you will be ano ba tawag dyan, mapupunta ka sa impyerno, no? Yung impyerno na yun, hindi lang siya lugar, kundi the consciousness that you will be in will be like hell. Kasi you're killing person if you try to convince him of something that is not really spiritual. No? You're trying to kill the person spiritually. So you go into a situation na kung saan hellish yung condition. No? That's how that's what will happen, no? Kaya yung mga trends, no? Yung mga trends like itong trend ng Tililing, people should be mindful na makakatulong ba to sa akin or not, no? In connection with my real life, that my real life should be a spiritual life, no? Because I am a spiritual being, spiritual ako, I am a spirit soul, then my activities should be spiritual. It should be connected with something that is beyond this material world. This world is just temporary. No, we should understand this knowledge that everything that I see, that I experience in this world is just temporary. Except if the activity is spiritual. No? Kung spiritual po yung activity, that's everlasting. It does not we don't lose it, no? The activities. Actually, when we do something that is spiritual, para tayo nagbabank, no? Nagpopondo sa bangko. Yung bangko na to, this is not the same with the bank sa material world. Kasi yung bangko dito sa mundo pwedeng una ma-bankrupt, no? O kaya naman ay manakawan. So, yung savings mo mawala. Itong bank na sinasabi ko ay hindi siya nawawala. So, kung ano man yung naibangko natin na spiritual activity, nandun na yun, no? Hanggang sa we are already in a situation na kung saan we are experiencing yung love for God, no? So this love for God, ito po yung conclusion ng lahat ng mga saintly persons. Ito po yung gusto nilang ma-experience natin. Ito po yung gusto nilang marating natin, no? They want us to be in a situation na kung saan we are actually loving God, no? Serving God with devotion. This is the desire of Jesus Christ. This is the desire of God. And this is the desire of all the saintly persons. So if a person is teaching love for God, then that person is a good influencer. Pero kung yung person na to, he's just talking about this world, no? Pwedeng nakakaaliw sa umpisa, and then you notice this, that things that you are engaged in sa umpisa okay, and then after some time parang mapapagod ka na rin, no? Or wala ka na ring time na gawin yun, no? So that's the difference between a material activity and the spiritual activity, because the spiritual activity, it's always fresh. It's always fresh and wala siyang kapaguran. And then, ang material activity ay merong point na kung saan magsasawa ka na, no? Kasi you cannot experience the happiness that you are longing for, no? So if an influencer is teaching love for God, then that's a good influencer. But if it's teaching something that is just materialistic, or then hanggang dito lang tayo sa material world. So since people are hook up, no? Yun yung term, na hook na sa social media. At least ang isang bagay na lang na pwede nating sabihin sa kanila ay magbantay kayo kung kanino kayo nakikinig, no? Because if whatever that person is teaching you, yun yung magiging consciousness na yun yung type of consciousness na magkakaroon kayo, no? So choose people, especially now in this COVID times, no, lahat naka-focus na lang sa social media. Choose influencers that are actually teaching us, no, our real goal, which is in connection with the teachings of Jesus Christ. He said that the greatest commandment, the first and foremost teaching that we should embrace in our life, is to love God with all our heart, mind, and entire being. And then the second unto it is loving the neighbors as we are loving ourselves. So we are inviting everyone. We are inviting everyone to be. Actually, I'm trying to tell people to be mindful kung sino yung mga influencers na mga dapat nating sinusunod. Ito ba influencer na to? Love for God or spiritual life ba ang focus? Or ito bang influencer na to, ang focus ba nito ay more attachment sa material world, no? Yun lang, dalawa lang ang pagpipilian natin, mga atmas. Real life, which is spiritual, or illusion, no? Yung buhay ng illusion, no? Buhay ng pagpapanggap, no? Which is more on material activities, no? So hopefully meron kayong nakukuha ngayong hapon na to. At to wrap up things, let's have some chant, no? Let's sing along and let's have some kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Aribol Namaste. Salamat sa mga nakinig, nanood, at sumubaybay sa ating programa, Daily Mantra. So, ito pong muli si Nice Atma para sa Madana Mohana Campus Radio, music that suits the heart. Thank you very much.